Over the last few years, I've spent hundreds of hours listening to conversations with entrepreneurs, psychologists, communication experts, and business leaders. They all came from completely different worlds. They solved different problems. They used different language. But something kept surprising me. The more conversations I listened to, the more I realized they all shared something in common. At first, I thought it was a coincidence. Then I realized it wasn't. There was a pattern, and once I saw it, I couldn't look at businesses in the same way again. By the end of this video, I don't think you will look at them the same way either. So let me show you what I kept seeing. Long before I noticed that pattern, I was already asking myself a similar question. As a video director, I spend a lot of time thinking about stories. Not because every business needs to tell one, but because stories help us understand people. When I first started, I thought the value was in the execution, the cinematography, the edit, the pacing, the music. Those things matter. But over time, I realized something. They don't create meaning, they reveal it. That idea stayed with me. Then, years later, I started listening to conversations with people from completely different backgrounds. Entrepreneurs, psychologists, communication experts, business leaders, different conversations, different topics, yet somehow they all kept pointing towards the same place. Let me give you an example. Imagine you are choosing between two restaurants. The food tastes almost identical, the prices are similar, the atmosphere is lovely in both. If that's all you know, you will probably choose whichever is closer. Then someone tells you that one of those restaurants was started by a father who wanted to create meaningful work for his autistic son. Now think about what just happened. The restaurant didn't change, the menu didn't change, the service didn't change, but your perception probably did. Not because you learned something about the product, because you learned something about the person behind it. And suddenly, that restaurant means something. That's the pattern I kept noticing, whether the conversation was about leadership, psychology, communication, or business. Eventually, it stopped being about what people did and became about why they did it. That's when everything clicked for me. Products tell us what a business does. Stories help us understand why it exists. And that changes the way we see it. Not because stories are persuasive, but because meaning changes perception. The interesting thing is most businesses already have that meaning. You don't have to invent it. It's probably hidden in the reason you started, a problem you wanted to solve, a frustration you couldn't ignore, someone you wanted to help, or a belief that made you think there has to be a better way. Those moments probably feel ordinary. You have lived them. But to someone discovering your business for the first time, they might be the reason they remember you. Every business already has a story worth telling, not because stories sell, but because stories reveal something people can see by looking at the product alone. The businesses we remember aren't always the ones with the biggest budgets. They are the ones that help us understand the people behind them. Because people don't connect with the products, they connect with the stories that give those products meaning. If that way of thinking resonates with you, we'll find more about us through the How We Work page, linked in the description. And if you feel we are the right fit, there's a short form at the bottom of the page. I hope this leaves you with one question. What's the story behind your business?